Okay. Okay. So purchase requisition we can create in ME51N as we discussed. So the older version is like ME51. Okay. So
Yeah.
how we can create the ways of the creation? So manually we can create the purchase requisition. Okay. And there is a automatic also we can create automatic creation of purchase requisition. Okay. So how it is like automatic purchase requisitions, how it will be created, and manually how it will be created. So manually it is nothing but like a we are creating you going to the ME51N and creating the manually the purchase requisition. But automatic is nothing but like a so it might be from the other document the system automatically creating the purchase requisition in the backend. So how it is like MRP. Okay, so when the independent requirements or dependent requirements when it is generated, the system automatically creating the purchase requisition based on the if it is the material which is external procured material, external procured material. So then the system will be generated the purchase requisition. Okay, so that means external procurement materials means we are buying from outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it is in-house production, then plan orders will be generated. But in this case, purchase requisition will be generated. What are the material external procurement materials? Okay. So how system knows about this one from the material master record? Okay. There will be a procurement type is there. So based on the procurement type and the configuration, the system will be generated the purchase requisition.
Okay.
And this is the one way we can create a automatic purchase requisition created. Okay, but there is other way also from third party. That means third party procurement process means it's like a from sales process. Okay, from sales order also. Okay, the system will be created automatically purchase requisition. So how in the backend, this is the backend purchase requisition created. Okay, the then basic need is for this one. Okay, the basic support is sales order. So in the sales order, there is an item category group. Okay, so this item category group. Okay, when it is a task, the system will be created a purchase requisition from sales order. Okay, so this we will discuss about the process third party when we are discussing about the third party process. Okay, so this process will discuss how it will be created a purchase requisition in the backend. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the one way, and sometimes what will happen there is a third party systems. Okay. Maybe from the other external sources like maybe we can say like some Oracle system or it may be some upstreams or okay from upstreams maybe the purchase requisition will be created. Okay, so that is the integrations we can say like integrations. Okay, so these are the ways we can create purchase requisition. Okay, so let's go to the creation of the manual purchase requisition how we can create. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure.
So the transaction code is ME51N to create the purchase requisition. Okay. So the purchase requisition when it is created. Okay. So what it is required to create a purchase requisition. So basically, what is the meaning of a purchase requisition? So the requisition, whatever we need, okay, whatever we need for the organization that we are that we are creating the requirements, right? So this is the basic thing is requirements.
Okay.
Okay. So how we'll get the requirements? This how we'll get the requirements? Might be we can have the from the different departments.
Right.
So like we can say cost center. Okay. So cost center is nothing but like a it's like a department, finance department or marketing department or some department names, HR department, administrative department. From different departments, we can get the purchase the requirement. Okay, or from the stores.
Yeah.
Okay, or from the store location. Okay,
Yeah.
so or it's like we can say plant store location. Okay, so
Yeah.
or we can say in the retail site and stores. Okay, so it depends on the might be from the stores or store location we can get the requirement. Maybe these are the all stock requirements, which is so it is not particular requirement. It is like a always we just handling the stocks like okay the levels some stock handling that. Okay, we are based on the store's requirement that we are getting the requirement. Okay, and there might be have the some possibilities. Okay, might be special stocks.
Stocks. Okay.
Okay, special stock requirements like STOs, it means stock transport order. Okay, it's not my plant requirement. It's the opposition. Someone they need the stock. That means if I have the manufacturing plant, I have the depot plant. Maybe for depot plant there is a requirement. It is there, but it is not available in the depot plant. So they are getting from the manufacturing plant. So opposition like from one plant to another plant. Okay, and there might be third party or maybe it is like some kind of consignment process. Okay, so that we can have the item category. Okay,
Okay.
and other than this one there will be like account assignment category. Okay, different account assignment category rather than this cost center. Okay, this cost center also one of the account assignment category. So these are the like direct consumptions. Direct consumption. Okay, so we can say cost center as well also direct consumption. Other than this cost center. Okay, if there is a particularly we are buying for the sales order, maybe see if suppose how it is like customer requirements. Okay, or it may be WS requirements. What is the
WBS.
WS
What's
requirement?
that?
Sorry,
What is WBS?
work breakdown systems. So I will
Okay.
tell you this project systems. This is okay. This is project systems. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so like maybe especially for the particularly the requirement which is raising for the particular order purpose. Maybe it's like a sales order, it may be production order, or it may be maintenance order, it may be WBS element, whatever it may be. Okay, yeah, especially we are buying for their requirement. Okay, so like different ways we can do it. Okay, so so majorly we can see in the real time, this is one scenario. Okay, so this is the store location purpose we can buy and some stock transporter. Okay, so generally if the requirement will be created automatically from the system. Okay, so for the stock transport order also the system will be generated automatically. Some cases what will be happen, it is we can create directly purchase order instead of the purchase requisition. Okay, and this is one cost center. This is also very important. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go to creation of a manual purchase requisition. How to create? Okay. ME51N. Go to
Okay.
ME51N. Okay. So if you want to create a purchase requisition, what it is needed? So the first thing what we discussed about this one. So it is like a requirement. So if it is what kind of the information which is required for the when you are creating requirements. So what exactly you required? What exactly you
Yeah.
required?
What exactly is the requirement actually?
Yeah. So what exactly means it's like a material. What material it is required? Okay, and
Yeah.
how much it is required? Okay, so that's like a
Okay.
quantity, how much? Okay, and where exactly it is required? So it is like a plant. Okay, and when it is required. Okay, then it is a delivery date. So these are the basic basic concept of that purchase requisition to create. Okay, so if you don't know what is the material number, so then there is no use of creating the purchase requisition because the requirements itself it started with the what it is, what items you required, what materials which is required, what articles which is required. So obviously the materials it is required. Okay, so So I cannot go to blindly that without knowing about how much quantity which is required. So I should know about that how much quantity is required, right?
So all this information, like the material quantity,
Yeah,
everything, including the delivery dates,
correct.
location. So these things are transmitted to the procurement person, right?
This, yeah,
Yeah, like for creating the purchase requisition. So
correct, correct, correct.
what are the ways actually that,
Yeah,
for example,
that's
like from the cost
what are
center?
the ways
Or,
is nothing but like a, so this is right. So this is the source, right?
no, no, I mean, yeah, I know the source exactly, but like how they communicate, like to the procurement person or to the buyer who creates this purchase requisition.
Okay, okay. So the way which is like I said here, so manually it is nothing but like if he is working in the purchasing department, somebody they send that okay mail, they're sending mail, boss,
Through mail.
yeah, might be they're sending through mail or maybe they can send it through this information like MRPs will be. So majorly how it is like okay, most probably there is a MRPs will be there. The system itself it will be generated automatically back end based on the
Mm,
requirement because if I'm running the business and huge requirements every time, okay, manually if I'm just sending to the sending to the purchasing department to create the purchase requisition, okay,
mm,
so it's very difficult because every time the purchasing department has to be raised to the purchase requisition. But what will be happen in the real time? Purchase requisition can be created by anyone, any of the internal departments. Okay, if I'm suppose I'm from the finance department, I can create the my requirement in the purchase requisition. So it is not necessary only purchase requisition purchasing department will be created purchase requisition. That's what the internal document. It is an internal document can be placed by anyone in the organization.
okay, so it could be any format actually
Yeah,
that the
correct.
departments can use,
Okay, so
okay, to
if
reach out to.
suppose let's say assume that okay, I am the HR department. So from the HR department, let's say I'm assuming that this month I'm looking into my laptop. So a
Mm,
thousand laptops are required. So immediately
okay.
what they will do, they will place the order. Okay. So it is like how it is like the source will be like it might be in the they are identifying from their departments.
Mm,
Okay. So somewhere the key point how it will be started finding the requirements manually. That's what we are discussing here. So the manually also it is possible, automatic also it's possible.
yeah. So this is the purchase requisition creation, right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
purchase
like
creation. Correct.
okay. So what I understood actually, see, any department which requires any raw material or anything,
Mhm.
so they identify what exactly they need and they communicate it to the procurement department, right?
Correct,
It could
correct.
be either through any particular form, or they could email them as well.
That's what right. That is a purchase
Yeah.
requisition in the form.
Okay. There's one query that I have actually. So what exactly is the difference between a purchase requisition and the request for quotation? Because even the RFQs, the
Okay,
request for
okay.
quotation, we send
Let's
it
will
to.
go. Let's will go. Let's will go. Okay, okay.
Okay.
So, so that is the second process. Okay, we'll discuss first this one. Okay. So,
Okay.
so you got the point, right? What is the purchase requisition? So the requisition can be created by anyone in the organization who needs the article. Who needs the article? Okay. So they can create. So they have the access to create the purchase requisition. So sometimes what will happen? They can take the help of the purchase department and they can create a purchase requisition. Okay. So what exactly is suppose let's say assume that I need a laptop. Okay. Laptop is the article and how much it is required. Suppose 1,000 pieces.
Mm.
Okay, and branch will be like suppose let's say the loss. Okay, let's say DH01 or something plan code. Okay, and the delivery date which is like 30th. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, let's 26th. Okay, so 26th. Okay, so this is the requirement from the one of the our department. They raise that okay, please get the stock as soon as because we are planning to recruit the people. Okay, so we have to be deliver this goods to the respective resources. Okay, so once they identify this one, they will be creating the purchase requisition. In this purchase requisition, Okay, they will be mentioning this all the information and creating the requirement. Okay, so how we can create that? By going with ME51N. Go to ME51N. Okay, and each and every time it is very each and every time if I need a laptop, the system will not understand that what is the laptop. So I just need to be provide some code. Okay, so technically we need to create the code, right? So that code will be creating in the metal master record. So in MM03 metal master record. So every time whenever you're creating the new product or new article or new item, so you have to be create the one code for this one. Okay, so that might be have the numeric or it may be alphabetic, alphanumeric, whatever it may be, depends on the range how they want to be define that for the raw materials and packing materials, how they want to be differentiate that. Based on that, we'll be creating the material number. Okay, so that is a part of the master card. So now let's take one example like 100 iPhone 100. This is the material code. Okay, this is I created. This is the it's available in the metal master card. So let's see whether it is available or not. Okay. So if the material which is not available, you can get here only some error. Okay, suppose I'm just entering something. Okay, and I'm just entering. So there is no material code which is exist. Okay, so obviously, when you are entering some material numbers, so whether system is the stock, the material which is already created or not, that will be displayed here. Okay, so that material number we can use here in the purchase equation. Okay, so this is the material code. Okay, then suppose I am just saying that okay, I need 1,000 pieces here. Okay, so I'm just entering 1,000 pieces here. Then which plant it is, like which site and which plant it is.
Okay.
Okay, and the location where exactly it is location. Okay, so and the date when it is required. So I required on 26th.
Okay.
Right. So if you see that, okay, I just entered this information only: material number, quantity, and plant and date. Okay, but remaining all this information, maybe the what is the code, the material code, a detailed explanation of the description of the material, okay, and how it is measuring that unit of measure, okay, and what belongs to which material group it is, okay, and all this information which is material data information, all it is captured from the metal master card. That is what we are. That's the reason we are creating metal master card. Every time we have to be entering manually all this information. It is very difficult. So to easily capture this one, okay, we are creating the metal master record. From the metal master record, the system automatically capturing the all the information when we are entering the identification number. Okay.
All right. So so every time, like I didn't understand that. So for the first time, the department has to identify, right? And they can assign any number, any code for that.
That no.
The ordering department, like for
No.
example, if it's coming from the
Oh, you
cost
already
department.
knows, right? You already bought this laptop recently. Earlier also you are buying these products, right? This is not first time. This is your requirement, but this is not you are introducing the new product. It's not kind of you are introducing a new product, right? If you are introducing, maybe you are starting with that. Okay, this is I manufacture this product. Okay, then I can give it some code. So that is a different. But this is already product. You already know this product. We already there in the our master data.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just starting with the my purchase requirement, my purchase requisition in the my process. Okay, so before that, okay, if there is a materials list, they already have that. So they already created a material master record for the entire materials what they are using. At initially, when they started a business, okay, they know that what list of the materials they are using.
Okay.
Right? Right or wrong?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the starting of the our purchasing process. But initially it will be like when you just started a business, without knowing of the materials, without information of the plants. Okay, that's what, right? The initial process is like organized structure, then master data, then transactional data. That is what I said, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the organized structures will be like where exactly it is where exactly you are establishing the organization, and how many store locations, how many plants, where exactly it is registered. All this information will be there in the organized structure. Then it will be like master data. In the master data, okay, what type of the materials we have, what who is the suppliers, who is the customers. Okay, all this information will be there. So this is the process which we started for the from the material management point of view, where exactly the process started. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So
Alright.
now these codes, if you already created, okay, then you are entering the code. In case if it is not created, suppose let's assume that you have not created a material code. So you identify some new material, that material is not exist in the SAP. So then you will be mentioning, you are informing to the master data team, okay, MDM team, boss, this material when I tried that, okay, I could not able to find the code. Okay, can you please create a metal master record for this one? Can you create a product master data for this one?
Mm.
So then they will be get the approvals from the high level and try to creating that what it is required, and this product is buying from outside or it is a in-house production. Okay, whether we need to generate automatically plannings. Okay, then how much it is required, the requirements every time. Okay, is really we need to do the some dependent requirements or independent requirements. That everything will be story is different. Okay, but this is a process like after create the product, it's already master data is created. Okay,
Mm.
clear?
Mm.
So you got the point?
Yeah, yeah. Now I got.
Okay, okay. So now this is the my requirement. So the dates also. Okay, so how the dates automatically sometimes it is calculating based on the metal master record. So in the metal master record, we're just mentioning that how long it will be take if to process, or maybe the JR processing time and requirement time. Okay, so how it will be, how long it will be take system, that we are mentioning here. Okay,
Okay.
so if suppose if you see that here. Okay, so in-house production, if it is in-house production, then it will be take 5 days. If it is planned delivery time outside, it's 10 days. Then plus GR processing day. So that is totally 11 days. So whenever you're creating the requirement, okay, whenever you're creating requirement, the system are just checking that, okay, how long it will be take time, okay, to get the stock back. So the delivery date, it will be automatically planning and it will be give the date. Okay, in case if it is not my exactly the requirement date, okay, it is might be in the different date, then we can enter the manually the delivery date. Okay, because
Oh,
when it is required is the you should know that when it is required. Okay,
right.
but if the system is identifying automatically based on the plan delivery time and the other requirements, it will be identified. Okay,
But we
yeah.
could anytime edit that, right?
Yeah, we
For our
can edit.
requirement.
We can edit.
Yes.
So any information we can edit here. Okay. Some
Okay.
information which is coming defaultly, that is not possible. Metal group, it is already captured from the metal master code.
Mm.
Okay, so those information we cannot capture. Okay, but what we enter manually, material number and the quantity and delivery date and the plant, store location, and if there is a person who is changing, that means generally as per the master data might be he is the person who is the responsible for this type of material, but this time might be somebody they are taking ownership, then we can change the purchase group. Okay, so all this information we can capture here. Clear?
Right.
Okay, and if you need to enter some information like, okay, you might be your requirement, you can write there some terms and conditions and packing instructions. So if you anything what you want, you can enter here. Okay, in this text you can enter. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so I'm just creating the purchase equation. Uh, so you can see that, okay, quantity and the price. Okay, so if you see this price in the purchase equation, the price will come from the metal master record. Okay, so in the metal master record, the price which you maintain based on the price, okay, the system will be captured and it will be displayed in the purchase equation. Okay, so
Okay.
it's only for the purchase equation, because while creating purchase requisition, they also know about that. Okay, out of this 1,000 quantity, this is the price, and the total amount is this is the total amount. So whether this is the amount is under budget or not. So that they will check that. Okay, so
Okay.
everything it will be displayed here. How much it is price and the total value of the price, everything it will be displayed here. Okay, and if it is stock materials, non-stock materials, that also we can find it here. Non-validated material, if it's non-validated GR and validated GR. Okay, and invoice receipt is required or not. Okay.
And the pricing thing, it gets populated automatically, right?
Yeah.
Can we edit, like, for example,
Yeah.
based on,
Why you need to do edit here? You can do, but why you need to edit here?
like, supposedly if we have any conversation with the supplier, if supplier agrees to
No,
provide
this is
at
not
a lower
supplier.
rate,
Still, I didn't find the supplier here. That's what, right? In the purchase requisition, okay, we just identified not only this one. We didn't
the
find
requirement.
who is the
Yeah.
supplier,
Okay.
right?
All right. Right.
So the requirement is that's what we are saying
And
that
this is internal, it never
yeah,
goes
internal
to the
document.
supplier. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
So
Right.
don't confuse this one. So purchase requisition is completely it's an internal document. So we just understanding from our requirements what it is needed that we are preparing here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But still, if you have the regular vendors, okay, that means he's my fixed vendor. Every time I'm getting from this vendor, then you can enter that information here. Okay, there is a fixed vendor order. You can enter the fixed vendor. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So in what scenarios they are entering this fixed vendor?
Yeah, it's if it's a regular supplier or vendor.
So when we have regular vendors or we have the agreements, okay, when we have the standard info record, okay, all this information, when we have that information, we can assign the vendor here. So in that case, what will be happen? Okay, the purchase order, we don't need to create the purchase order manually. We can so the system itself creating automatically based on the purchase requisition to purchase order. Okay, so basically to create a purchase order, we also need the supplier, right? So that supplier information will capturing from here, purchase requisition to purchase order. Okay, so that we will discuss later. Okay, how we will creating the purchase orders and the automatic purchase orders, how it will be created, manual purchase orders, how it will be created. That we will discuss later. Okay, but now we are discussing about a purchase requisition. This purchase requisition information have the all this information. Okay, and I can see that okay, the processing status, whether it is still not at created and still okay, PO created, RFQ created, contracts created, with difference this one. Okay, and the contact person who created the name and ID numbers, telephone numbers, purchase group and MRP group information. That everything it will be displayed here. And if you need to write the each text wise, okay, each text, that means each material wise, you if you want to write some text, okay, then you can write here. Okay, any doubts here?
Yeah, it's clear actually. Yeah, so for each text, yeah, if we have any special requirements, yeah, we can mention here.
Yeah, so here whatever I have mentioned in the top, it is only entire purchase equation. Okay, so it is applicable for all the items. Sorry,
yes, I understood. I understood. Yeah, that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you can see that delivery address also. This is the plant address. Whatever we enter the plan, that address it will be displayed. Okay, and even for the store locations. Okay, so you can see that complete address if you want to see, you can see here. Okay, where exactly it is required. Okay. So now I'm creating purchase equation. So when I create a purchase equation, the system will be generating the automatically one number, PR number.
So once we are done filling everything here, so what's the next step? We need to save it, right?
I didn't get you. So once PR created,
yeah, once we are done with all the entering everything actually here, so we need to save it on the top, right?
Yeah,
so that's how it. Okay.
Yeah, correct. So
a number gets assigned to it. Okay.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So this purchase requisition number will be generated. So this number, how it will be generated? depends on the document type what you selected. Each and every document we have mapped different number range. Okay, so that will be come under the configuration. Okay, so basically this purchase requisition and the requirements all will be created by end users or core team members, business side. But what is our role? What is our role in the SCP? So as a consultant, what we will do? Okay, so we will be mapping all these things. Okay, suppose the client is asking that, okay, I need a new document type, so I'm starting new way of the requirements. We are just finding that some new way of the requirements, so I need a new document type to identify that, and to new number range. Okay, that I need to be defined. Okay, so as a consultant, what we need to do in the back end, okay, to create this purchase request number. Okay, how it is we can design in the back end, that we will do the in the configuration. Okay, so that configuration we will discuss going forward. Once you understand about that, what are the business process we have, okay, then I will be go for the master data and I will go for the configuration. And this enterprise structure, okay, so if you see that here I entered the plant, I entered the store locations, okay, I entered the purchase group. These are all configuration related. So these are all we are before we are creating in the configuration. Then if it is available in the configuration, then only I can use here. Okay, clear? So the design how to be started with, like the when they are creating the requirements. So how they're looking at, okay, I need this code, okay, this plant and this store location, this purchase group, this purchase requisition, this purchase organization, this company code. Okay, so that information we are doing in the configuration level. Okay, so as a part of that, okay, as a part of that, I have created a purchase requisition number. Okay, so this is the purchase request number which is created. This is the my requirement. So PR number, and this PR number have the material information, and I have the information of quantity and the delivery date, and I have the plan. Okay, so is it sufficient to create a purchase order? It is sufficient for the creation of a purchase order?
So we have the material quantity, delivery date.
Generally,
I think
if you want to create a purchase order, if you want to create a purchase order, what it is required generally? What
yeah,
information is required?
for foremost information would be identifying the vendor.
Yeah, identification of vendor. So,
Yeah.
so has a standard P2P process. Okay, first we created the requirements. What is the purchase requisition? Okay, now identification of the source. Identification of source of supply. So source of supply or supplier or vendor, all it's same.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this is the next process. Okay. So because as of now, I just know that what it is required, but who supplying this one, I don't know exactly. Right. So who's supplying this one? Who supplying this one? So how we can do? How we can do? How we can get the information this one?
From the supplier master data.
Okay. So I don't know how supplements. Okay. I have the suppliers, but okay, but there are so many suppliers are there. So material, I can say that only unique material number. So I easily identify that I entered this one. But here there's so many people that are supplying this product. Okay. Obviously if you see that laptop, okay. So if I see
There
that
might be many
laptop,
suppliers. So
yeah, HP is there,
maybe.
Apple is there, okay, and Samsung is there.
Okay.
So many Dell is there. Okay, so many suppliers are there. So how we know that? Okay, whom I need to select this guy? Okay, if I know, suppose I know a regular vendor, then I can select here itself and I can create a purchase order. But I don't know who is my best vendor, who is my regular vendor, and I didn't involve this guy. So as per the market, I just find that okay, these are the vendors they are supplying these goods, but we didn't have the interaction as of now. I just find that okay, I just entered all this information, okay, but as of now I didn't have any interaction on the price. Okay, so how we can go ahead? How we can go ahead? So so the first step is you have to be interact with the vendors, right? Obviously, when how much the price and how much discount they are providing, what are the charges they are doing, how you will get this information when you are reaching to the supplier and you are requesting them to provide that information, then only you can get that information, right? So that information how will get? First, you need to provide this information. What exactly you are looking from this vendor? What exactly? So I have created a purchase equation from the n number of materials. So every material it is not necessary from this vendor, right? Because this vendor is supplying only for one material, maybe different materials, not entire or n number of materials, right? So what we will do, we will be creating the request for quotation.
Okay.
Request for quotation is the document, it is external document which we are informing to that, okay, I'm just looking this product from your end. Can you supply this goods?
Okay.
Okay. So RFQ is the external document. External purchase document and purchase requisition is the internal document. You got a point? What is the difference here?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah. So here we internal discussion and we prepared a list, and here we are informing that from your end, can we get this material from your end? Okay, because I'm not sure. Maybe he is supplying or he is not supplying. So we have n number of vendors and n number of suppliers. We are so, but I'm just informing you that, boss, I'm creating this request for quotation. So that means I'm requesting this document, this material which is required. Can you get this information? So I need, if you have this material, please send me the quotation. Okay, what is required quotation? The price conditions, and freight charges, discount charges, labor charges, packing charges, anything, all the price components. Okay, all pricing components I need from your end, so that I can analyze that. Okay, finally, the effective price. What is that? The effective price which is impacting on this material, that I can analyze that and I can find that. Okay, who is my best vendor? I can select.
Okay.
Okay, so request for quotation is nothing but like a the material which is what it is required. Okay, when it is required, all this information we are informing to the vendor. So this document we are sending to the external vendors.
Okay.
Okay, so
all right.
Each time when you creating that, okay, where each time, so it is not single document. Okay, when you have the multiple vendors, obviously multiple RFQ numbers will be there. Okay. So to track that, to track the same requirement, but it is going to multiple vendors. To track that, we have the tracking ID number. Okay. So let's assume that. Okay, I have some project which is like PRS 1 2 3 4 5. So I can say that this is the tracking number. So whatever I'm looking for the requirement, whatever I'm looking for this materials, all it is belongs to this tracking area. Okay. Clear?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So now what will happen? I have created RFQ number 1. Suppose let's assume that RFQ number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So there are multiple RFQ numbers which is created, but the requirement will be the same. The same requirement, the material quantity, delivery date, plant, all this is the same information, but sending to the multiple vendors.
Right.
Okay, so it's like a HP and Apple, okay, and Samsung, like, okay. So each vendor have the one number, identity number. Okay, because how I can track this one? Tomorrow I need to maintain the pricing conditions, right? So if I have the separate number for the each and every vendor, okay, I can maintain that. Okay, one belongs to HP. RFQ one belongs to HP. Okay, and RFQ two it belongs to which is like Apple. Okay, RFQ three is the Samsung.
Okay.
Okay, so when I get the pricing information, okay, when I get the pricing information, that pricing information I'm just maintaining at the RFQ1, RFQ2, RFQ.
Right.
Okay, so this is the RFQ, request for quotation. Okay, so this is the we are creating in the ME41.
ME41, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the T code for RFQ creation. Okay,
Okay.
so let's see how to create this one.
All right.
Okay, so before going to this one, here one key point which is required before sending to the vendors. What is that key point? That is the deadline. Deadline of quotation. If you can say
Right.
deadline. Okay. Why it is required? Why it is required? Suppose my requirement it is on 28. If you see my requirement is on 26th February. Okay. So I have sent that to RFQ to and expecting the quotation from the different vendors. Okay, if they're not
Right.
provided on proper time before that time, okay, that will be impacting on my deliveries.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's why we'll be entering that quotation deadline also. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so what information we are entering other than this purchase equation? Other than this purchase equation requirement, what we are entering here? We are entering the who are the vendors, the list of the vendors, and sending this information to vendors. Okay, and the second one, tracking ID number to track that entire RFQs, how many track, because when I'm just comparing that, if I have 60 vendors, I can enter manually RFQ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. It's very difficult, right? So if I have the tracking ID number, I can enter the tracking ID number. So the system itself understanding that, okay, whatever the RFQs which is created for this tracking ID number, we can track.
Okay.
Okay, and other than this one, quotation deadline. Okay, so this is the one. So where is the source here? To create RFQ, what is the source document?
The supplier information. Yeah.
Source document. I'm not asking about to whom we are sending, but
Yeah.
how
I
we will
mean
get.
from the purchase requisition, right?
Yeah, correct. So here we are creating that reference of
Based on the purchase requisition. Yeah.
purchase
Yeah.
equation. Okay, purchase equation reference. Okay, so let's go to ME41. Okay, this is RFQ. Okay, again we have the different types and the language and RFQ date when you are requesting and the deadline. So my expectation is, suppose let's see, as per the metal master information, okay, 10 days is the planned delivery time, and 1 day is for the GR processing time. After getting this one into placing into inside, okay, so one, okay, that means 11 days it is required. So now if you see that, okay, today it's 7th, okay, if it is 7th today, now if you see that 26th is the my requirement, that means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, that means before 15th I have to create a purchase order. If I create a purchase order on 15th, then I can get the stock on 26th.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
that means 15th, before 15th, I should get the all the information.
Quotation. Right.
Quotations deadline. So what I can put that, okay, I can put that 15 or 14, because even I just need to evaluate or something like that, I can put like 14. Okay, 1 day for evaluation. Okay.
Okay.
And here if you are entering that reference to purchase equation you are creating, okay, the purchase equation number you have to be entered here. Okay, So what is the purchase requisition number? This is the purchase requisition number which I entered here. Okay. If there is a multiple line items are there, you have to enter the item number here. Okay. If it is single item, it's okay, or else you have to enter the multiple line number. So where we will get the item number here? Where will get the item number here?
Master data record.
In the purchase requisition, item number.
Oh yeah, item number. Okay.
Okay, because in the purchase requisition we have the multiple item numbers, right? Or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So for which requirement it is belongs to. Okay. So that requirement we have to enter here 10. Okay. So just entering that 10. Okay. And we have the standard item categories. Okay. So if you see here, there is a standard item categories which is there. Standard, consignment process, special stock, third party, stock transfer, and services. These are the standard. Okay, these are the item categories. It will give that entire process. What kind of a process it is? You're going with a standard P2P process, or you are going with a special stock procurement, consignment, subcontracting, third party, like that. So here our case is standard, right? I'm just entering this A. But one thing is, this is the wrong actually. Okay, somebody there they changed the standard. Okay, this is practice error, right? So it should be blank. Okay, it should be blank. Uh, so always it is a blank. For standard, it is always blank. Okay, so don't other than this one, these are all correct. Okay, these are all correct, but this is standard. There is somebody they captured like A. Okay, if you have the already system, SAP system, if you are doing in the your client or something, okay, this will be like blank. Because
Okay.
why I'm just explaining here, okay, in case if they're asking in the interview point of view, what is the item category for standard, okay, you can say blank.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody they changed in the this IDS server, okay, so
Okay.
they captured this one. So that's what. So SAP suggestion also should not change anything in the standard, because so many people they are referring this IDS server, right, to learning everything. So but some people they are still doing this type of modifications. But okay, okay, and entering this purchase request purchase organization. Okay, and who is the again here you can find that. Okay, who is the dealing this all this informations, like who is the interacting with the vendors. Okay, so as we said it, if it is standard we have in the MetaMaster card, if that information it is there, it's okay, or else you can enter the here who is handling this. Okay, then collective number, okay, or tracking number, you can enter something like ABC. Okay, or we can select what we discussed about PRS 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and if there is any payment terms, some delivery, everything is there, we can enter here. Okay, and currency, which currency it is. Okay, and Incoterms. Okay. So after all this information, once you enter, okay, it will display that from the purchase requisition, what are the item number and subtext and plant and store location and item category, account estimate category, and quantity. Okay, all this will be captured here. The delivery date, okay, and all this information which is captured. Okay, so now select this one and click on adopt details. Okay, then the system will. Did you want to be change anything here, deadline or something which you could view, or delivery date which you would to change? Okay, you can enter here. Okay, so so his system is giving that the next working day is 27, because 26th is holiday. Cannot no, February 26th is holiday, because why it is a holiday February 26th? It is a Sunday.
Understand.
Okay, so that's why it is giving that warning message. So I can change to delivery 27th. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Clear?
Right.
So how the system knows about this one? Did you get idea how the system knows that this 26th is Sunday, Okay, calendar. Okay, so by looking into calendar, it is. But how the maybe my client is working on Sunday also.
Okay.
So so manufacturing companies obviously it is 24/7, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, right? So
Yeah.
how system knows that whether this is the uh, holiday or this is a public holiday or it is a usual holiday? How the system knows? How it is giving that justification? Okay, that is the calendar, factory calendar. Okay, so that's called factory calendar.
Okay.
Why? Because we are why it's not necessary for you, but why I'm explaining tomorrow. If somebody they asking that how this, some people will be like they will ask this kind of questions also, right? So the factory calendar will be designed in the SAP system by PP consultant, production planning people. Okay,
Yeah.
what are the dates which is working, what are the days which is not working, working days, all these things they will be entering the factory calendar. Okay, they will be selected that. Okay, for next 365 days, what are the holidays we have, okay, what are the working days we have, all this information they will be captured in the factory calendar, and they will be updated every year. How we will
And
get that? How we will get the mail from the HR? Okay, this year this is the working days and this is the public holidays. The list
yeah,
how
yeah.
we get. So like here also we need to inform to the SAP system. Okay, this is the factory calendar we are following. This is the dates we are having there. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now
Sounds
this is the information which we get. Now I'm just need to be send this information to vendor. Okay. So whenever you just selecting this vendor, okay, so it will be asked that what is the vendor codes here. Okay. So as we said, we have already list of the vendors, we list of the suppliers, list of the material numbers, all these things. So I'm just selecting from here. Okay. Some randomly, I'm just selecting the vendors here. Okay. So let's see. So these are the vendors we have. Okay. So we can select who are the vendors it is required. Okay. So I'm just selecting this 1,000. Okay. Then it will be captured the 1,000 vendor, the vendor address and all this information we can see here. All this so if you want to be write detailed address details, you can capture here. Okay,
good.
clear?
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
and this is the vendor must record general rate information. So what is the name of the vendor and how we can search easily to identify this vendor in the SAP system, and building numbers, okay, and street and house numbers, okay, so postal codes, country, time region, transport zone. Okay, so based on transport zone, what will be happen? Transport management. If it is going with different routes, how it will be like? Okay, so these are all information which is to entering here. Telephone number, mobile number, fax number, email address, all this information will be there. Okay, so now I'm saving this one. Okay, so the RFQ number which is created. This ID number is only for the this vendor, 1,000 vendor. Okay. So when I'm just capturing this RFQ number, okay, so it is only for 1,000 vendor.
Okay.
Okay. Now next, if I go with next vendor, suppose 1,001. Okay. So then it will be captured one more RFQ number. Okay. So this is language. Okay. Okay. And same. Then it will be generated one more number which is 88.
Okay.
So 89 is the 1,001. Okay. Then again, if I just enter something which like 1201002. Okay. So then it is again to be like 90. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
So it is created for 1,002. So each quotation will be going to the respective vendors.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, each RFQ it will go to the respective vendors. Okay, so how it will go? So if I go to ME42, okay, if I go to ME42, how this information is going to a vendor? Okay,
So
let's
once the RFQ gets, yeah,
yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please.
yeah, I was saying like when the RFQ gets created, I think it automatically gets sent to the vendor, right? Once we enter the vendor information.
Yeah, so no, how I entered the information, but how this information will go to the vendor? How this information, this RFQ which is created, and this information will go to how it will reach into the vendor. So that's we called okay output. Okay, so here we need to go to messages here. Okay, in the messages there is options are there: printout, fax, telex, external, EDI,
Okay.
simple. So all this information is there. Okay, if I selected the printout, okay, I can, if it is connected, this server is connected to laptop IP address, then it will automatically get the print, and that we can send to the vendor. Okay, or if there is any so if there is any PDF conversion, it is there, that PDF conversion we can save into the desktop and we can send to the mail. Okay, so how it will
Agree.
be like in the communication method, there is a logical destination, it is there. Okay, so this logical destination is the printer device connection, or it may be PDF conversion. Okay, so or it may be in the different forms. Okay, so this is the created by basis consultant. Okay, basis, they will create the basis consultant. They will create these output devices. Okay, that output devices we can use and we can get the printers. Okay, the list of printers. Okay, see how it is example. Okay, 24th floor. Here one printer it is there. 12th floor. This is one printer it is there. Okay, and this is executive and consulting, pre-sales, sales. So different areas they have the different locations, right? The locations, so that we can easily identify. Okay, so this will
Agree.
be created by basis consultant. They will be map everything. Okay, clear?
Agree. Right.
And this output type, so this output type, okay, is a functionality how it works. Okay, so this we will design into configuration level. Okay? And to whom it is going, this vendor is going. Okay, and here there is a like further data. In this further data there is options like send with application one transaction, send immediately, and send periodic job. Okay, so this information how it will be like, if I selected a send with application one transaction, okay, then means you have to manually give the print. That means if I selected this document number, okay, and I just click on that, okay, I need this print, then only it will be generated print. If I selected this, send immediately, what will be happen? When I created the RFQ, when I saved the RFQ number, immediately it will go to print. Okay.
Okay.
And this is like job. Scheduling job is nothing but like, okay, might be, I just planned entire one scheduling time, like maybe evening 5 o'clock, I will take all the prints at a time. Okay.
Okay.
So that I can get all the RFQs, whatever it is created, I can get at a time all the printouts. Okay, so that is a scheduling job. That is job schedule. So on particular time or particular date or particular time, I can generate this printouts. Okay.
Agree. Right. Right.
Yeah. So this is the way we'll get the output here. Okay. So now anyway it's selected like as per the information here. So it is selected like one transaction. That means it's selected one transaction, right? So
Okay.
that means you have to go and you have to be get a printout. You have to be generate a printout manually. Okay. So what you need to do here? So ME9A, ME9A is the output.
ME9A.
To trigger the output ME9A.
Okay.
Okay. So here you have to enter the purchase document number. Okay, and execute. Okay. Here you can see that. Okay. display messages. You can see here what information it is there. Okay, so the information of vendor and RFQ number and who is the contact person, purchase group information. Okay, responsible person. Okay, and the vendor code and address, plant address, and quotation deadline, delivery
There
date.
seems to be an actual RFQ, right?
This is the RFQ.
Okay.
See RFQ printout, output, how we will get the output, entire information, how the vendor know. So they don't know, right? What is the SAP system? They don't know, right? What is the information you entered? So if you can give the paper on paper, if you presented that, okay, this is the requirement, and they will understand. Okay. So if they are not using proper software and if they don't have any integration areas, then obviously they will look into the requirement from the printout or it may be PDF forms, right?
Right.
How you get the quotation in the outside? If you're supposed to be buy something, laptop or something, okay. If you're planning to that, if you send mail to the maybe wall draft or someone, if you send the mail, they will send the information to mail or PDF format. What's the price and what's the cost, everything. So the same way here, we just taking the print or PDF format. Then that information we are sending to the vendor.
Right. Agree.
Okay, so here detailed information will be there. Detailed information like Incoterms and conditions and terms of payment and delivery date and when it is required, how much it is required. All this information will be there. Okay.
Agree. Agree.
Okay. So here we'll be generating this output. Okay. Once you selected this one and you can see here output messages and this one. Okay. Then from here you can see that the system will be generated output. Okay, message output. So once you completed this message output, then only you can see in the status it is coming in the green color. Status will be green. You see here the status is green. Earlier it is like yellow color. If you remember this one, if I will go with some other RFQ number 89. This 89 it is green yellow color. That means still it is not processed. Okay, so if it is green color, that means it is processed. Clear? So it is processed. Okay, successfully processed. So the medium is very important. How you are sending this information. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, dude. I think we'll stop it here. RFQ. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. How furtherly we'll be working for quotations and comparison. How we can do that. Okay.
Okay. So purchase requisition and RFQ.